Yes. Good morning to each one of you. We are really happy to be here and that we're here again, once again in this session. We are starting with our invocation on charge of the Asia group. From Asia is on charge for the invocation. I don't know if that's correct. Very good. Welcome everybody. So Asia, it's on you, the starting invocation.
I believe that it's the Africa group today. Air Fire Team.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Sabanto. My apologies for the mistake. So now we're giving the space to Africa, Air, and Fire. Welcome to the initial invocation.
Hello everyone, I'm Nato Sim and I'm leading the prayers for today. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, let's take a moment of silence as I pray. So in my community, when we conduct prayers, we use grass, this one. The person leading the prayer uses grass. This grass symbolizes a continuity, life, peace, and harmony within our community. So we use it to bless people and maintain peace among us. So let's maintain a silence as I pray in my local language. Mezama yana yogenkai nai. So we respond by saying nai, all of us. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Misho yogenkai mayani nai. Misho yogenkai yenkishisabo nai. Mezama yanenkai FIMI nai.
Nai.
Mezama yanenkai Africa,
Nai.
Asia team, and then
Nai.
Latin America.
Nai.
Mezama yana yogenkai even tata. Kinteluen
Nai.
kisoma maidiba.
Nai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That is it for today.
Thank you very much. We thank you, Natosi Tintasin, for her invocation for today's session. Thank you for sharing with us. That's the other way that we share the spirituality of the African woman. We are really thankful. We realize that we have a strength, life energy that transcends in the territory. It goes beyond the territory. Today, we are using the elements of nature. We are using the grass. This means that our peoples and the spirituality, our spirituality, as I've said in the previous sessions, they are linked to Mother Nature. We can use plants, grass, flowers, water, everything. Everything is fundamental for the work of connecting ourselves to our spirituality. So I wanted to express that. Okay, let's continue with our session. I'm going to do a brief summary, and I want, in order to do that, I'd like to project. I'm going to project. Let me see if I have the screen, if I'm able to share the presentation, the slide. Okay, come screen, come up screen. Okay. Can you see it? Perfect, very good. So I would like to remind you that in the previous session we were talking about in what realms we have spirituality. The spirituality for the original peoples are in everywhere. It is in Mother Nature, in the cosmos. It is in our worldview and the way of see life. It is in our economy, because we think, we ask, we recommend, the work that we do, the income, and there's also education for life. From really young, they have taught us about the education for life. Also health. The elders, the healers of our peoples, they take care of our health. They take care of our health with in the mountains and the water, and we heal ourselves, we cure ourselves with water, with the elements that nature provides. Also, we have in our culture the clothing, and also the food that we have, like the corn's crop, like oatmeal, like we go to work with our rices, all the grains we work with, we bless them and we thank them. And before we go to the field, we ask permission to the land. So we also have the agricultural system. We thank the food, the preparation of the food. It is in our own art, spirituality, in our way of dancing, to express with our words, with movements, with the music, in the celebration, because in our people we celebrate life. In our customs we have spirituality. In our language we have in the work that we do, and also in our territories. So those are all other fundamental elements, and where we live the spirituality. Also in the languages, Lokalahnan, we say respectful and sacred mother. Lokalahta, respectable and sacred fathers. Lokalahtu, sacred and respectful mountains. Lokalahocho, sacred and respectful lake. Chiripik, Oksip, Sit Op Ha Jungsang, Kalah Matiosh. It means thank you infinitely. Thank you very much. Infinite thank you. Grandpa, sun, grandma, moon, sacred mountains. And also our spirituality guides us to live with dignity in recognizing and respecting Mother Nature, and also the natural sets of the peoples and all the manifestations we have. It teaches us to live with balance and respect. Beyond being men or women, we need to remember that we are peoples. We are people with living with nature, coexist within us and with the cosmos. Worldview provides to the spirituality to decolonize all the structures that we have, and to overcome epistemicide and homicides, and to overcome all the issues we have. That was what we had in our way of life. I'd also like to talk about something important here. What What gifts and talents are we born from our spirituality? In my people, in Maya Kicha, we say, you were born with your chumila. It means you were born with your stars. You bring talents, gifts. If he's man, he brings talents to work. No, to kick. No. If you're men or women, before that, you are a person. You have talents and gifts, and you have the right and responsibility to live fully with your. And this gives it strengthening three dimensions in our lives, in men and also in women. The first moment, the first fundamental moment in your life is abikilash. We bring it from our conception. We bring the talents from our conception. At the moment we were conceived, ashibal, since we are born, we here strengthen our talents when we are born, and then we bring our chumilal or our star, the beginning of the path, my future, my star. It's not my destiny. No, it's not my destiny. It's a pathway, a horizon that is going to guide us in our lives. So those three moments are key. Let's remember the conception, the born, and the path that we need to follow, and the authority of each person we receive from three resources. In our people, we all have authority, but the authority is not govern and to decide over the rest of the people. No, authority in our peoples is to serve, and it's the service for all the people. That's why we say we all bring authority. We all have authority, and there it is. We receive authority from three resources or three fountains. First, from the gift and the mission we are bringing. That's why it's good to ask to ourselves, what's my gift and my mission? Why I'm here on planet Earth? Why was it born in this family, in this village? What is my light? What is my mission that I have to be to accomplish for my family, for my community, for my peoples? So that's the first service on authority that we know. And the second one is patan, from the gift that it has given to us and the star we have. What mission have I commissioned to accomplish? For example, my talent, it could be healer, to heal the soul, to heal the body, to heal the spirit, to heal the energies. That my work is to serve my people and my community, giving them the gift of healing, and my mission is going to be accompany them in the healing of their life, not only of people but also animals, plants, water, forest. And then we have other moment, other resource or fountain where we get authority is from the sama, the work that I'm going to do in this earthly realm, since I'm born until the day that I will transcend. Those are all the three important moments that generates our authority, our talent and gift, our mission to the people and the community, and the work that I have to do. In our worldview, I'm talking about the spiritual worldview from Maya Kichi. We have 5 energies that guides us. The first energy, if you were born in Nawal Bats, it means you were conceived in the Nawal Akabal. Nawal Akabal is inner peoples, is the dawn, the dawn, the morning, the clarity. Bats is the day that you were born. What is bats? Is the fabric, is the weaving, is the person that weaves lives, is the person that brings joy, art, that brings life to its people. And the cow is the feminine authority, cow. And the no is the knowledge, The can is as the serpent balance reflection. These five energies in life, we have this in our peoples with our people. It's not like the zodiac, like the zodiac. These we're talking about energies. Since I was conceived, since I was born, and the pathways that I have to walk. And Chumilal is going to guide my work and my mission. The energies of my thought and the energies of my feelings. That's part of what I wanted to summarize. Okay, from that perspective, we're going to do the next exercise. Based on this, we're going to do some exercise. We said we have three moments, important moments in life. Our today's topic is related to the healing. So we're going to work the following exercise. I'm going to ask you to close for a moment your eyes.
I'm going to keep my eyes open because I'm going to lead, but please close your eyes. We're going to try, and I hope you can hear the music. Can you hear the music? Or can I please ask the people from communications a soft music, please? Could we please concentrate? We're going to breathe through our nose with our eyes closed and exhale through our nose. Put your arms down, put our hands on our knees, and we are going to recognize our bodies. First, we're going to recognize, and we start touching our feet, our physical body. Touch your feet with your eyes closed and thank your feet that they walk with you, that they take you through many paths since you were born. When you first took your initial steps, you started walking, and you also thank your legs. You thank your legs. This is an exercise of giving thanks to your physical body. Then we're going to our knees, behind our knees, up our legs, thanking them for holding us up, for caring for us, that keep all our bodies, that they hold us together. Our inferior body holds us, keeps us up every day. We're going to up our body into we very softly, gently, and respectfully touch our genitals. We go up to our belly, to our ovaries. We thank our ovaries energy, to our uterus. We thank it fully. And we also ask for forgiveness. We go up into our stomach. We go by our liver, our appendix, our pancreas, our bladder, each one of our different organs, our big intestine, our small intestine, our colon. We go behind in our back. We thank our column, our backs. We try to touch our lungs and we thank them. We go up to the front again and we keep going up to our chest, to our esophagus. We give thanks. We go to the amygdalas. We go around our heart, our breasts. We make circles in front of our heart 1 time, 3 to 4 times. We touch our arms, our shoulders, thanking our body territory, up, down our arms, our elbows. We give thanks again. We go back to our neck and we make circles 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and we give thanks and we ask for forgiveness for everything we have not been able to express, for everything we've kept inside us. And we go in our cheeks, we From our chin up to our ears, we stretch 4 times. We caress. You then give thanks to your mouth for everything you've said and everything you have not said. We also thank our eyes. We thank each one of our eyes for everything we've seen. We've seen sad things. We've seen happy things. We've seen beauty of nature, but we've also seen the disasters that have been made with nature. We've seen transcendence. We've seen limitation. We've seen a lot of things, beautiful things. We give thanks to our senses. We put our hands over our 4 times on our forehead, and then to our ears 4 times as well. We caress our head and we go behind it. We give a little massage and we thank our brain, our cerebellum. We make little circles in the back of our head. And now we're going to stretch our fingers. We're going to pull on each finger with one hand 4 times again. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Middle finger 1, 2, 3, 4 times. The index finger, the thumb 1, 2, 3, 4. We change hands. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, each finger. We're extending our fingers. We're giving thanks to our fingers. The index finger, 1, 2, 3, 4. Our thumb, 1, 2, 3, 4. We stretch our arms, giving thanks to the energy of life, giving thanks to all our whole physical territory body. We give thanks to our body territory energy. We give thanks to our spiritual body. We give thanks to our mental and emotional body. We shake our hands 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Like we were doing rain on top of us. We're just shaking and we move our heads back and stretch our arms out big, the biggest you can. Now we're moving our head to the center and then down. 1, 2, 3, 4. We bring our arms down. We move our shoulders back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Forward circles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We bring our hands together. We put them in front of us. And we're going to give thanks for today, for the star of when we were conceived. We give thanks to our mother, to our mother's egg, to the energy of our mother, to that burst of light in our mother. And we give thanks to the sperm of our father, the light that came from our father, that strength, the energy of life that came from our father, to the energy of life of our mother and our feminine ancestors. Thank you for that wonderful day when I was conceived. Thank you for the 7 or 9 months that I was in the womb. I bow my head and I say, thank you, Mother. We all say, thank you, Mother, for the gift of life. We greet our Father, whether we met him or not, whether he's gone or not. Thank you, Father, for the burst of life. Thank you, Father, for the gift of life. We open our arms and we go out from our mother's womb. Today is a day where we were born. Today we are here on the earth. We've come and we give thanks to the day we were born. Maybe there was rain, maybe there was wind, maybe it was dark, maybe it was light. Thank you for my birth. Thank you for that day that I was able to extend my arms and stretch them out, and I came into earth. I put my hands in my heart, and we give thanks to the day you were born. Thank you for my birth. Thank you for my childhood. Thank you for my mother's milk, for the love and tenderness of my mother and father, for the seeds that helped me birth, for the earth, for the water, for the stars, for the sun, for all the beings that have allowed me to grow until today. Thank you. Thank you for the home where I live. Thank you for the earth and the territory where I am at. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the past generations ahead of us. Thank for the generations of today, and thank you for the generations that are coming. Thank you for my youth, for everything I lived through in my youth. Thank you for everything I've lived as an adult. Thank you. I hug my star, and you hug yourself. I hug my light. I hug my life. I hug my gifts and talents. I hug my body, my physical body. I hug my spiritual body. I hug my emotional body. I hug my mental body. I hug all of my energy, all of my spark, and I bow and I give thanks into the mystery of life, the gift of life. We keep our silence, admiring, giving thanks to our physical, energetic, emotional, mental bodies. We breathe in and we breathe out. I kiss my hand 1, 2, 3, 4 times each the back of each of our hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. We thank life and we release our hands. Thank you very much. We move our eyes around and then we open and close them 1, 2, 3, and 4 times. Now I want to ask you, and I would ask all of you to participate. Please tell me, what is it for you? First of all, how do you feel? How did this exercise feel for you? Were you able to do it? Who would like to share? How do you feel after this exercise? How did it feel for you? This is a giving thanks to life exercise. We are giving thanks to life in all of its manifestations. We're always asking, but today we are thanking. If you could please share with me. Who, one of each region, please. Could you please share? Abiba, what can you tell us? How did you feel?
Thank you for the great experience. It made me feel relaxed and at peace.
Thank you very much, Habiba, from Asia, could someone share? How did you feel? Rocio, welcome. Good morning. Well, I felt really good. I think it's an experience that personally I lived for the first time, because we're always giving thanks for other things, but we forget our own bodies. In the beginning of this diploma course, you emphasized how important it was that we should care for our body, and we forget about it constantly. I unfortunately lost my gallbladder. I didn't take care of my body, maybe of what my body was saying to me. And this experience that we lived through, I think, is very important, because it's part of our spirituality. And if we're not well physically and mentally, we cannot share that, transmit this to other people as well. Thank you very much, Rocio. Who from Asia could share, please? Could you please raise your hand?
Hello.
Sabato, welcome.
Good morning. Wow, what an experience. It felt a lot of love. It felt really light. It was all very new. But what I kept thinking is I can't wait to share this with my family.
Perfect. You see how when we connect with our light, with our star, with our gifts, with our talents, we don't have to look outside for what we have inside. We all have this spark, this light. When this star, when we connect with Mother Earth, with the fire, with the water, with the mountains, in the back of our house, with our garden, with our ground, putting some flowers, we can work this exercise first initially with us, and then with our family, with the women that we walk with. You can change it. You can recreate it as you like, regarding your spirituality or. If there's nobody else, I'd like to ask you, what is the body territory from the spirituality of Indigenous women? What do we understand with this concept, body territory, or territory body? We have Sabato in our screen. Could you share with us, what is it for you from your spirituality as an Indigenous woman from Asia? What is this concept, body territory, or territory body?
Um, in my culture, body territory is your whole being. It's how you treat yourself, what you do to heal yourself, time you take to maybe admire yourself, because we can't always wait for someone to compliment us and to feel good. You know how you look, you know how you feel about how you look, and we are all beautiful, regardless of how we may feel on certain days. But in my culture, a strong bit of our resilience is our ability to laugh. And in our communities, we laugh very loudly. It's for maybe Western, for Westerners, they might not. Yeah.
Perfect. I believe that Sabato is sharing something really important. Territory is the integrity of our being, connected with the energy of the water, wind, fire, and earth, and also the cosmos. And the way of expressing ourselves, the smile, the happiness, to smile really good, and to let go everything, as you were saying. Maybe you're exaggerating, you're not doing You're not behaving yourself as you should. But no, the water is really profound. So when I need to cry, I'm going to cry with all the intensively. When the water, when rain comes down, because rain has accumulated. So that's how it has to be, the smile or smiling, laughing, and the crying. I'd like to ask Martha Susana, what is for you body territory as a indigenous woman? What would you tell us, Martha Susana? I don't know if you're there. I don't know if she's there. Who else would like to share what is body territory? I'd like to listen to Isleda, and then we're going to listen to Mirashin and also, so she could share with us. Would you please repeat the question, because the signal is not okay. So okay, what is for you as an indigenous woman? What is body territory of the woman? Okay, the body territory of woman for me is everything. Not only the body that we have, the physical body we have, but also the body is the territory where we are, how we take care of it, how we get together with the nature and birds and the nature that surrounds us. So in order to be healthy, we need to connect with what is surrounding us, the earth, the ecosystem that surrounds us, where we can live, to be in the territory where we are. Our family needs to be healthy, not only the body, but also the space, the places where I am, my body, where I'm walking, where I breathe. So that's what I understand about the body territory. Thank you very much. Then Halam Brachi, we'll have Halam Brachi to tell us a little bit, what is it for you, the body territory? And then we will ask someone else the same question. Can you hear me?
Hello,
Grace,
my
welcome.
connection is very poor.
Mi conexión tiene problemas. Muy
But
baja. Yes, we can hear you.
So to me, as
Entonces,
a
para mí,
indigenous
como
woman,
una mujer indígena,
the body
el
territory
cuerpo territorio
interconnectedness,
es la interconexión
relationship between women's body
entre el
and
cuerpo de la mujer
community
y la
and
comunidad
age.
y los niños. La conexión no se escucha muy bien, se corta.
As
Nosotros como político,
side of struggle and
en la política luchamos
against colonial and
contra el colonialismo
that have historically targeted both the
y
land and
luchamos por recuperar nuestro territorio, nuestras tierras,
the sea over the years.
que es
In
una
the
lucha que debemos llevar por muchos años.
where I belong to, the Chittagong Hill Tracts region,
Que
women
pertenece a las mujeres indígenas, a los pueblos indígenas, que las mujeres se está cortando,
so
casi no se escucha.
to me, this,
Entonces,
body territory as
el cuerpo
indigenous
territorio
women from the Asia. Yeah.
de Asia, sí, eso sería. Very good. Thank you very much. We couldn't hear the interpretation. I don't know if... Okay. También ¿me escuchan? ¿Pueden escucharme?
Can I be heard? This is Grace.
¿Pueden escucharme? Esto es Grace.
Yes, from Nigeria. Okay. I want to share what I understand by body territory. Okay. So to me, body territory goes beyond our physical appearance, and then our environment, maybe the land, the sea, the air. It goes beyond that. So to me, body territory has to do with a connection with spirituality. I'm connected spiritually, either with the Mother Earth, my creator, and then how I relate with my people and how I carry their traditional knowledge. That is what, to me, body territory means. So it has to do with spirituality and then the knowledge of my people in Nigeria and how I'm able to carry it on. Thank you very much, and over from me.
Thank you, Grace. I'd like to ask you, Grace, how's it feeling your body territory today? How is it feeling your body territory, spiritually, emotionally? How are you feeling mentally right now, today?
Hello,
Your mic is
hello. Yes. So today, I'm feeling very much happy,
me
especially
estoy sintiendo
from the
muy
moment
feliz,
we started our practice.
especialmente
I feel
desde
as
el
if I'm
momento
connected
que
to my
practicamos
creator.
esta sesión, me siento
The
conectado
aspect of body territory was
a mi creador.
exhibited when we carry out that small
aspecto
exercise.
del cuerpo
So
territorio
I
fue,
felt fulfilled
fue
that I'm
ejercitado
connected.
como, entonces me siento conectada, me
Thank
siento
you.
realizada. Gracias. Ok. Okay. Someone else? Priscilla, I saw Priscilla wanted to participate. She's not. Someone else that would like to share how is your body territory feeling now today, that is in the morning, afternoon, or night? How is your body territory feeling? I would like to hear from you. Remember that we have the commitment to participate, proactive, and to do so. It would be good if we can turn on our camera so we can see each other. Okay, very good. How's your body territory feeling today? Marta Patti, please. I see you very attentive, so I know you want to share something with us. How is your body territory feeling?
Honestly, today I'm feeling unwell. I'm very, very unwell because my gout. But after the spiritual, I'm very, very feeling better, very better, and that's give me the new spirit to change everything, and my sick is I don't feel again, and that's why in territory in my body is the head is symbolize wisdom, and the heart in center of emotion and intuition, and hand represent to ability and to create and give, and the uterus is seen the source of life and feminine power. That's my thank you for today.
Thank you, Martha. Thank you. Our body territory is okay to feel sadness and also happiness, to feel tired and also to feel good, to feel peace and to feel fear and to be confident, because our body territory is collective. So thank you for sharing that you're feeling unwell, because it might some of you might feel like that, but this way path of life we can transcend to you can't stay in anger or in sadness. You need to live. You need to think why you are alive, and then think and cleanse yourself. You can't stay with sorrow. You need to live. You need to live it. You're going to live it. You're going to feel it. If you need to cry, you have to cry. If you want to cry and shout and do things, you can do. And then if they are asking you why are you crying, you don't say no because I have something. You have to cry. You go to a tree, throw yourself to the earth or to the dirt and cry with all your soul, with all the feeling that you have. And then when you have to smile, you need to smile. That's the body territory. Thank you very much, Marta, Susana, and then Priscilla, and then they were asking the.
Priscilla. We can't hear you, Priscilla.
Okay, sorry.
Lo lamento.
Thank you, everyone.
Muchas gracias.
And, in my humble view, I just want to say that body territory is, which include extrinsic and intrinsic, that is internal and external values of human life. The external value includes our physical structure, our looks, our body part, and in intrinsic values, which include our psychology, emotion, and then our social enlightenment. That it's all included in intrinsic values. And according to me, I just want to say that our body territory should be always aligned with the nature, and then the nature should not be destroyed in maintaining ourselves, our lives, and then we should admire ourselves every time that we are beautiful creature. We should always have a positive thinking about ourselves, about our surrounding, about our environment, and then self-admiration and trying to live a long life with beautiful face, smiling, and then equipped, and then passing with the time, with our neighbor, with our environment. So I just want to say that our body territory is not only the physical structure, it includes our internal and then extrinsic values. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Priscilla. Thank you very much. I love it when you say we must live fully and share with everybody, with nature, with animals, with the neighbors, with family, and try to transcend sadness and smile. Thank you, Priscilla. I love what you said. Now, Marta Susana, yes, good morning, good afternoon, good night, everybody. In the beginning, it felt really good to connect with ourselves, with each one of us, and realize we're also united in the same spirit. In our body territory for me is sacred. For example, I am not very well. For example, I'm driving with a tablet and I can't do the work very well, and so for me it's something that I'm going to get my computer back, and I'm gonna get through this for us as Indigenous women. What is reflected in us for body territory when I'm not good, but even if I'm not doing so good, there's always a smile. There always try to smile, because our character speaks. Our body, our children realize when we're not doing good. But what do we do as Indigenous women? No matter how broken we are, we keep going. We connect with each other, and we honor our bodies and ourselves. So thank you, teacher. These encounters are giving me strength, and thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Martha. Thank you for your energy, for your strength, because this diploma course and these sessions are only alive if your lives and your energies are part of it. We're going to give feedback very briefly. What is body territory? Please let me know if you can see the presentation. Can you see this? Okay, good. So what is the body territory of the original peoples? It's the energetic body and spiritual body. It is our energetic connection with the cosmos, with Mother Earth, with the nature, our connection with ourselves, and with our physical, with our social human environment. That is the physical and emotional body and spiritual body. It's everything we can't touch, that we can't see. The energetic and spiritual body, what we see but we can't touch. For the original peoples, the cosmo feeling, the thought feeling is very important. We don't think first, we feel. We wake up this energetic sensibility and spiritual sensitivity to take a decision, to take action. This is for me, this is the time, this is for me. So to take a decision, to feel our spiritual and energetic body, we need time. Life, we don't have to be running around in life. I don't have time to breathe in and breathe out. That I'm happy, that I'm sad, that I'm what's going on. There's no time to see what's happening within me. So that's why the elders say we have to live in time and with time, to enjoy, to take care of, to love, to allow our physical and spiritual body to bloom. The other aspect, I think, is the mental emotional, and we're going to our emotional body, sadness, sometimes laughing, sometimes crying, laughing and laughing, crying, to say I'm happy because this is happening, but I'm sad because this other thing is happening too. It's to be able to feel the depth of my emotions. Why it happens, I don't know if it to you it happens, but maybe if it's overcast, our energy feels like that too. But if we're calm, we're balanced. If the sun is out, our energy comes out. If it starts raining, maybe our emotional bodies are connecting also in the cosmos and the natural world. I feel a great sadness. What do the elders say? Put a flower, a white flower, on your heart and put it in your belly and ask, why are you so sad? Is it worth it being so sad? If this is going to pass tomorrow, this is going to pass. This is going to transcend. But you have to live through your sadness, of course, and you have to cry. And maybe you go to the mountain. Maybe you go where your harvest is, where there's flowers. Go into the water. And if you have to cry, cry and let go. If you have to put plants in water and maybe drink a tea, drink some ruda or some asara, I don't know what they're called in the other land, but you drink it little by little and you start healing your sadness and you bow before this sadness and give thanks because it is giving me something. If I'm angry, why am I so angry? Why am I so angry with everything? But I have to be happy. No, no, no. Sometimes we put on masks. I'm not going to impede. I'm not going to necessarily show my anger and hurt others. I'm going to feel it. I'm going to live through it and I'm going to channel it. There's also exercises for that as well. The energy of the earth, you're very angry. Well, then put your hands in the earth. Go in and tell Sacred Mother Earth, here is my anger. Here is my my impotence that I'm feeling. Seeing how they're devouring our mountains in the name of supposed development. Seeing how everything is polluted, the rivers and the lakes from the toxic substances that they put in there. I'm sorry, Mother Earth. May this anger turn into harmony and strength to put my face up to the sun and to heal this body territory and care for the land, for the earth, for the fire, for the water, for the every element. And then the other is the physical body territory, my external body. My heart is hurting. What is this sadness? What is the anger that is showing in my body? What unbalance spiritually and energetically? Is my stomach hurting? Do I have an ulcer because I have so much anger? Why do I have so much pain that is accumulating, that is turning into an illness? And for years, our body was talking to us, but when it doesn't anymore, what does our body do? It reacts and it starts giving us illnesses that have to do with disbalance in our spiritual and energetic bodies, mentally and emotionally and spiritually. And they have to do with our environments, political, social. They're not only in our bodies. They're not just casual. They have to do with structural things. Why in our bodies? Why in our peoples are there so many illnesses that never used to exist? Because our energetic being and our emotional being became unbalanced from so much oppression and violence historically. Nonetheless, as Susanna said, we are alive and we are standing, and we also have joy, and we also celebrate, and we also our body is vibrant and alive, and our mental body is all our thoughts, all our reasoning. Sometimes maybe not you, but some of us have said, I would prefer not to be here. I would like to disappear. And this is what I'm thinking. Hopefully this will happen, and I'm thinking about it and I'm affirming it. My mental body is going to obey our spiritual, energetic, emotional, and physical bodies. If I'm filling myself with thoughts of death and anger based on the culture of death, this I'm gonna walk around. I look around and I'm angry, and I look around and it seems that people are making faces at me. They're I went to the market. I went to eat to a place, and this lady yelled at me, and an elder told me, what you have inside is what you show, what you get from the outside. That you, if you're happy, even no matter what, and you're smiling and you keep going, that's what you're gonna see. Maybe the people aren't as happy, but I'm gonna see that they're happy. I'm gonna receive their happiness. So our mental body is fundamental in the walk of life, and these bodies, emotional, physical, energetic, spiritual, and mental, are one system, our collective life system that is connected with the earth, with the water, with the wind. The territory of the women, it is a sacred
positioned
place.
as a sacred place. That is to say that this physical body, emotional, spiritual, energetic, is sacred. Is a sacred cosmic place because it's related to the cosmos. Because the day you were conceived with the full moon, maybe with a half moon, maybe you were conceived in rain time, winter time. All that is related. What is happening in the cosmos? That's why your body is sacred, cosmic sacred place. Is a sacred place, energetic, because it has energy that interconnects with the fire, earth, and wind, with the thunder, with the sunshine, with water. Is a sacred spiritual body because all the spirits, all the energies that transcends material, is a sacred body, emotional body. Is a sacred physical body, is physical and mental body. That's our body. It's sacred because it's life. It's collective. It's not individual. Yeah, all on myself. I need this hand to hug myself. The right hand hugs me the right shoulder, and the left hand hugs me the right shoulder, and the my left eye sees another part, and the right eye sees another. So everything, this collectivity is sacred, physical, emotional, energetic, and spiritual. And in this body territory, collective body territory, sacred, it just states the active memory of the being of a woman. Here's where we get the gestation. We have a mental, spiritual, and energetic and emotional gestation that nourish and feeds from the four sacred elements: the water, fire, earth, and the wind. So they are elements, sacred elements that nourish this body territory. And the body of the woman, in our body, it gestates different identities. It gestates our identity as person. In our peoples, in my people, we don't talk about men, women. We talk about we're not people. They're persons. So do build yourself. Be a person. Be people. It's because I used to talk a lot. I used to generate conflicts. I didn't like to work. You know why? Because I was sad. Because there's a story that internalized this body. But they told us, become people, become people. Shake your sadness, shake that pain, and lift up your face to the sun. And that's another identity. Or identity with people as persons. Our identity, and that is part of the socializing of the patriarchal system. It tells us you're men and you're women, and that's the gender identity. The generational identity, now I am adult, and then in 4 years I will be elders. But the elders, they tell me, you're not old, you're just accumulating time. So I'm not qualified in that generation. But we have generational identity. We have identity being part of an original people. We have ancestral root and millennial We have the territory where we are at. We have a cosmic identity. I feel a strong energy with connection with the sun. To me, the sun gives me life, and the calmness of the moon, the stars, the energy of the planets interconnects me. That's my identity, my political identity. What action, what position of change am I generating for my people? Am I on favor of this system that destroys Mother Nature, or I'm helping this cosmos, Mother Nature, or am I for the well-being, for the life of the people? That's my identity. That identities are part of this body territory, and it's built by the context that we're living and the history that brings. And it is built up from our field thing, our cosmo field, and our being. Furthermore, like beyond our patriarchal system, colonial and racist system, us that we are born in original peoples, we live different identities. That identity that marks us, the system, patriarchal system and racist, we have to get rid of that system, and the identities that blooms from our spirituality and worldview as peoples, from that knowledge, millenarian knowledge, when they tell you, woman, you are born to heal, you're born to be midwife, your hands are for there, you were born to do that, you're bringing it, you need to work it, you were born to heal the earth, the land, work it. Beyond what the system tells us, if the system tells you you were born to be woman, to serve in the house, you're indigenous, you don't have right for education, that tells us the patriarchal capitalist system based on the culture of death. But what it tells us, our spiritual of well-being and worldview, it tells us that you are born to bloom. You need, you more than just learn to read, you have millenarian knowledge. Someone can say, I am a lawyer, I can't resolve a conflict of communities. Yes, but you have the gift to do justice from your to your people. They need you. You need to build, to decolonize and retrieve your way of doing justice from the knowledge and wisdom of your people. Combine your combine with the science you have learned from the university with the science of their peoples. That's a path that we need to walk. So as men and women, if we become people from three moments. Beyond being a good man or woman in our people, we say to be a person, to be a winak. Where we are from that person, that configures that person, from our gestation, from our conceived, in the pathways to follow the destinies. And here we talked a while ago, we identify 5 energies: the energy where we were conceived, in the energy that we were born, the energy of our path or future, and the energy of our feeling and thinking. The one that is burning, the E, it was conceived in cat, and his path is Apu, and the feeling is Tahi, and her thinking and reasoning is Kame. Tihaz is the one that heals. Kat weaves. Ahu is the authority. The Kame is the energy and the wisdom of the elders, and the E is the pathway, is the know how to say, how to listen, what is for us, for me. Some would say obedience, but not submissive obedience, but just know how to listen and say, very good, I'm walking towards that. And our body territory is dual and is complementary. It's a community and it's a collectivity. That would be, we're going to leave this and we go to the next. I don't know if I stopped sharing. I'm asking. You are projecting. You're projecting. You're projecting. I don't know what's going on here. Let me just give me a chance. Give me a sec. I can't. Okay, very good. Here it is. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if I'm projecting. Yes, now. Yeah, we can see the projection. I don't know what's going on. Okay. I'm going to stop projecting. Okay, very good. I'm sorry. Apologies. I'd like to go to another important moment. You were given an assignment, an exercise. It is exercise to check how your body territory that is sacred, that is collective, that is dual, that is energy, spirit, matter, emotions, feelings, thinkings, that is connected with the cosmos, the earth, and the natural sets. What has happened to this body territory of us along, in my case, along these 57 years of my life? So I ask you to do this. I ask you to draw a silhouette of a woman. In the trunk, you had to write down the oppression, traumas. Uh, uh, yeah, you can write it when if you feel like sharing. And in the root, what are the causes of that, the traumas? Because I lived them. And in the branches, what consequences have brought your traumas in your life? What illnesses, diseases of the body, spirit, the mind, and the energies? What effects have brought to your lives? So I'd like to, Liliana, made humbly a 3 presentation. She sent you a link so you can upload your presentation there. We're going to start with Africa so they can project their presentation, and some of what you have you can socialize. So can we start, please? The one that was already on. Okay, I'm going to project it right away. I'd like the sister from Africa to present. For the time we're not going to take too much time, but we need to continue. But it's fundamental because here the partners, the colleagues are going to share part of their deepness of their life, the profoundness of their life. So we're going to listen to them once we have the presentation. So we did presentation in the shape of a tree. So this is the Africa group. Is that true, Liliana? Very good. So we're going to present. Who is going to present from Africa? Who's going to present from Africa?
Grace is on.
Grace va a presentar. Okay, Grace, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, our facilitators. Okay, can I be heard? Can I be heard, please?
Sí.
Yeah.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So from the first slide, we can see a tree representing a woman. And this tree is, this is representing an African woman. And it's trying to express how internalized and then oppressed and trauma she experienced. And from the tree, you can see that the internalized oppression and trauma experience is helplessness and economic abuse. So because of this helplessness and economic abuse,
It led to physical illness because there is no the economic is in shambles, and there is poverty that indigenous people experience. It makes them to be helpless. They look helpless, and when they are helpless, you will see that physically they are weak. So that is what the root is showing, that a woman that is experiencing an internalized oppression and trauma is helpless, and then at the trunk is showing that that woman is weak. The Nigerian woman that is under trauma is also facing physical weakness, illness. It's not strong physically, and because it's not strong physically, even emotionally is sick, and that leads to depression. That is what we have on the branches. So this is from Grace, Nigeria. It's saying on the branches, it shows because you are hopeless, you are helpless, and you are weak, then it will lead to depression. The woman is depressed. The oppression and trauma internalized throughout life is depression because of what? Poverty and economic abuse. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Can I be heard, please? Okay. So this is from Nakosin, from Tanzania. So from her tree, it shows that under oppression and trauma internalized, that there is a form of depression that she feels, gender-based violence, because of this trauma that is feeling. And then this leads to emotional trauma generated. Emotionally, you are not balanced. And then because you are not balanced emotionally, then it gives rise to gender-based emotional burden, tied to early marriage and childbirth, because we are not emotionally strong to defend ourselves. Then it leads to tied to early marriage. The woman is tied to early marriage and then childbirth. And it also leads to depression and anger, loss of hope, because as on the trunk, which is supposed to be your energy, is already weak. So there is loss of hope. That is what Natos is saying from Tanzania. Please, next slide. Please. Next slide, please. The slide is not moving. Okay, this is from Halima from Kenya. Also expressing what an indigenous woman feel like when is traumatized. He said from the root that there is childhood abuse, there is betrayal, and there is gaslighting and cultural. Then, and this leads to anger, fear, shame, grief, resentment, and hopelessness because of the root is shaking. And then because of this anger that is in her, the shame that she's feeling, it leads to emotional, physical, and mental imbalance. That is from Halima, Kenya. Can we go to the next slide, please? Next slide, please. So Halima is trying to explain the root, the trunk, and the branches. He said from the roots, which is oppression and trauma internalized, that it causes childhood neglect, gaslighting, or invalidation of experiences, and then religious or cultural shame. That is what the root cause of oppression and then trauma that's internalized. Then what does it lead to? It leads to the emotion generated, which is anger, or injustice, then fear of, and which lead to failure, shame, which also lead to guilt for the existing, and then grief for unmet needs, because the root is not balanced, because the root is feeling neglected. And then this leads to the consequences. The consequences of what this is that there is physical fatigue, insomnia, and tension headache. You cannot sleep. There is fatigue all over your body. You feel as if you are not in your empty. Then it also leads to mental problem, which causes anxiety and memory fog. Then difficulty trusting others, emotional outbursts. And then for the spiritual aspect, loss of faith, disconnection from purpose of self. These are the consequences of being oppressed or experiencing trauma. The consequences it gives an indigenous women. That is Alima from Kenya. So can we get to the next slide so that we see what others said too? Next slide, please. Next slide. Can I be heard? It's like the slide is not moving. Okay, this is from Habiba. Okay, this is of woman personal reflection. This is from Amoa. Okay, this Habiba from Cameroon. You can see her tree of a woman that is feeling that is traumatized or that is feeling unsafe. From her, the root cause is being called names. When indigenous people are called different names and they are judged because of where they are coming from. You are coming from Cameroon. What do you have to offer? So because of that, it leads to loss of self-confidence. There's no self-confidence in this woman because already it has been marginalized. Feeling like I don't fit in some spaces. Because I'm a Cameroonian woman, I cannot fit maybe in America or in other countries' spaces because of where I'm coming from. Is the root cause of what internalized and trauma can cause in an indigenous woman. And when you start feeling such, the next thing is, what are the consequences? The consequences are the loss of opportunities. If there are spaces for indigenous people in the world view, if you feel like that you are neglected, you does not belong. So a lot of opportunities will be denied from you. Then loss of hope in humanity. What do I have to offer since I'm coming from this part of the country? So there is nothing for me. And self-doubt. So I'll start doubting myself. Do I even have what it takes to belong to this Mother Earth? So that is what Habiba Gambo said from Cameroon. This is her own experience. Then can we take the next slide so that we will see what and the other sister have to say concerning it. The next slide, please. Next slide. Then this is from Amo Adiko from Mali. Amo Adiko came up with this woman tree. He said that the root cause of oppression and trauma internalized is that I was told that as a woman, my voice didn't matter. I witnessed or experienced violence and learned to stay silent. These are the root causes. Then he said, I grew up believing that I should put others first. And then I felt invisible, unheard, and underestimated. So all this leads to what the trunk have to say, emotion generated by this experience. He said deep sadness because of all this, the root causes. Then it led to deep sadness. She experienced sadness in her mind, and then anger that could not be expressed, cannot express it, anxiety and self-doubt, a constant feeling of being not enough, loneliness, even when surrounded by others, struggle with self-worth and freedom. These are what a trauma and oppression can lead to. And then what are the consequences? I said that the consequences is frequent fatigue and lack of energy, because the trunk is already feeling sad, the trunk is already feeling anger. What is because it's leading to frequent fatigue, no energy to do anything, you are not pushed, you cannot move to do anything. Difficulty sleeping. When you lie down to sleep, you cannot sleep. Insomnia is setting. Then depression and moments of hopelessness. You feel that your own world is finished, it's ended, there is nothing again, what is left? Then the loneliness, even when surrounded by people, you cannot even feel like mingling with people because already you are feel depressed, already you are sad, already anxiety has filled up your mind. And then he said a longing to be seen and respected. So because you already, what can I do so that people will recognize me, people will feel me, people will know that I exist as an indigenous woman? This is what Diko had to say from Mali. Thank you, and over from African team.
We thank Africa very much, so each one of you, to do this exercise precisely because it's going within us, and being able to share this. Part of the healing in our peoples is to give words, to give shape, express what hurts our body, emotionally, physically, energetically, spiritual, and mentally. And this exercise was not just, any exercise to comply with the homework. This is to look at how we internalize these things, how we can see ourselves without hurting us, but with respect, going inside to explore our roots, what happened in our history, what accumulated trauma is there, and what consequences are in my body territory from there. Thank you for this wonderful work. Thank you for sharing the light that you've been sharing with us. And we can see how this emotional, spiritual, mental body that have your light, your spark, your star. We are light, and it has been affected as well because of political, cultural, economic things, and how this colonization has impacted, and neo-colonization as well. Thank you, Africa. We're going to thank you. And now we're going to ask, please, to our fellows from Asia to please share. And Africa, we congratulate you for the work you've done. Excuse me, teacher, what group? Okay, Asia. Okay, here I'm going to project. It seems to me that somebody's sharing, so I can't share. So I'm gonna allow, I'm sorry, it was me. I've stopped sharing. I'm sorry. Okay, please go ahead. If we can share Asia, please. Yes, I'm trying. Okay, thank you. And who is going to present from Asia? So they can prepare. Okay, so this part of the exercise is fundamental. I know time doesn't allow us too much, but you can continue to go deeper into this while we start. I can share a little more. If you have a partner, a friend, you can draw your silhouette. If you lay down on a big piece of paper, and then on your feet you put your roots. Your body is the trunk and you can go in deeper. Okay, so we're gonna listen to Asia. Can we please hear you?
Okay, I am presenting on behalf of Asia. Thank you, no problem. So we go to slide 2. Okay, this tree is by Sister Martha. I'm gonna zoom in. I'm gonna zoom in and read out what she has written. At her roots, she has scared, worthless, not confident, trust issues. And at her trunk, there's sad, disappointed, angry, insecure. And on her branches, there is maybe hypersensitivity, stress. I'm not sure about one of them, but there is insomnia. And that is what I can read from that art. And that's what Sister Martha has gone through in her life. Now we'll go to Sister Priscilla's tree. At her roots, she has discrimination, psychological injury, ethnic opinion, confrontation to norms, curtailment of expression, futuristic apprehension, low social intelligence of people, domestic role, abuse, financial instability. And at her trunk, she has fear of expression, shame, tension, anger, and at her branches, she has physical exhaust, mental discomfort, insecurity, sense of withdrawal, crying aloud, and emotional. And that is what Sister Priscilla has experienced in her life. The question and answer segment from Sister Martha. We will go back there. So that one is now at the second slide. I can read Priscilla's as well. We read Priscilla's. No. I will read Priscilla's. What does self-care mean to you? To me, self-care is the ability to take care of physical, mental, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual well-being.
I'm sorry. We're not going into this part yet.
Okay,
So we're
okay.
just gonna go into
Trees.
the tree.
Okay, no problem.
Al árbol. Thank you. I'm sorry, Grace. I'm sorry,
No
Sarah.
problem. That's okay. And we go to slide 6. Yes. Slide 6 for Megumi. Her roots have trauma from unfulfilled desires, trauma from sadness. Her trunk has expressed as the silhouette of a woman holding feelings of despair, sadness, powerlessness, and anxiety born from past traumas and expressions. The role of a woman is important, however, they are not treated equally. And her branches say mental instability, unable to get up in the morning, unable to read, apathy, lack of motivation to do anything, the suffering of seeking light but never receiving it. And there's an image of light as well above the tree. The sky is cloudy, even though the sun or light tries to shine through, it is blocked by the clouds and does not reach the tree. The tree woman desperately seeks the light, but that light is rarely given and her suffering continues. And that is what Sister Megumi is experiencing or has experienced in her life. And then the next tree, I guess, is my own. Yes. At my roots, I have racism, spiritual erasure, tokenism, emotional neglect, expectation overload. And at my trunk, I have anger, invisibility, resentment, shame, confusion, loneliness, overwhelm, fear, self-doubt, hypervigilance, disconnect. And at my branches, I have delayed self. At my branches, I have delayed self-realization, perfectionism loop, scoliosis, anxiety, suppressed voice, and chronic tension. And that is the presentation from Asia about our trees and our states. Thank you. Oh, we have one
Thank you
more.
very much. Oh,
We have, yeah, sorry. From Sister Ronnie. Sorry, I can't see it. Okay. At her roots, she has racism, sexism, abuse, judgment, language barrier. At her trunk, she has anger, fear, guilt, confusion, sadness, low confidence. And at her branches, she has anxiety, depression, insomnia, self-doubt, spiritual disconnect, loss of mindfulness, demotivation, and unproductivity. And that is it for Asia.
thank you, Asia. As we were saying, we're arts, work of art, work of art that has been marked by our historical roots. Thank you for taking the time and giving yourself the right to look apart. An important part of our self-care and healing is it is important to take into account and identify these kind of traumas to ourselves, see us, recognize them with with anger as we are. But they are there. Those are not only our historical trauma, they are from our ancestors that we live and that we are dragging, dragging it, and the colonization has brought this to us, to our people. Sometimes people say, why are we still keep being victims of this, and why are we suffering so much injustice? But the elders tell us, yes, but we're not going to stay there. To heal ourselves, we need to see the tree as we are seeing right now, with its historical traumas, with the effects, what has generated to our bodies, emotional, physical, spiritual, in our territory and body territory, and the consequences that have. If we don't see it, we won't be able to heal ourselves. Maybe someone could say, what I have lived, I have realized that I have gastritis. I have illness in my stomach. I have pain in my stomach. But we need to look, where is the root of my illness? It's not okay to drink just a chemical thing to relieve it, to have relief. It has to go beyond. We need to heal ourselves. We need to heal this. Thank you, Africa. Thank you, Asia, for sharing your life, because that's what you have done today. You have shared your life. Now we are asking Abiyala what they have worked. I think they had difficulties to work with their team. I am motivating them to keep working and seeing the example of the our sister from Africa and Asia, we're asking, and we're asking that Abiyala group to keep working. So Abiyala, please, who's going to present? Who's going to do the presentation for Abiyala? Rocio, if you could present your tree. Good morning. Yes. I believe you can't see it, but I'll do my best because uh okay, in the root, um I anguish, deception, fear, despair, sadness, and also shame. And that's the root that somebody that has drawn my attention. The sadness from the moment I lost my dad. It was something that affected me very much because he always walked with me, hand to hand. He taught me how to live. He taught me to do things in a better way. In the topic of this despair, when they gave me the opportunity to be indigenous representative, the truth is that I felt it was difficult for me because I I didn't have the opportunity the chance to be in this place, and it didn't. I was not in the better conditions because it was a process that I had to live in order to get it and to represent my because so I tried to do it what I wanted to do, but I couldn't do as I expected. So it and that that brought me stress, fear because because if I was thinking that the things could not come out as I was expecting. Okay, I see a lot of brothers and sisters that they are the same, that they put these obstacles in. We need to look for the collectivity and benefits of all, but they are looking for their own benefits, and they do things, I don't know, for themselves. They don't do things in the best way for the peoples, and that there is when it comes to despair, and also uh, because our body gets a lot of stress, and then there comes a time of shame, because at the beginning I was telling that just being a woman, it brought us a lot of problems. For example, when I was a little girl, I was victim of of a neighbor was following me and trying to abuse. So that I was victim of that harassment. Yeah, people didn't believe me. Even my parents didn't believe me that I was being harassed by my neighbor. But sometimes I was ashamed to talk with my parents because they didn't hear me. There was a moment I didn't want to talk with them. I didn't want to tell them what was happening in my life with the situation. So that was the part of the roots. In the trunk, there comes a process of accepting ourselves. Being a woman, it's a privilege. It's a blessing. We need to start to love ourselves as the Creator has created us, with our all good and bad things. And so I believe in that process. We need to work a little bit more. We need motivation, love from our parents, from our brothers and sisters, and then it comes the process of thanking, giving thanks, because you're achieving things that you were expecting, like finish the school and many other things. We want to change the way of our, the way of our, the way our sisters and brothers thinks, because macho macho thing is free bread, but we want to change that. So I was facing a lot of things, that kind of things. So I was trying to look for the well-being of the community. So, for example, in the topic of representation that I had, being just because I had this opportunity to be representative of the people, to have this voice, that was something that I achieved in the process, and I had a moment of satisfaction. And also I felt good even with my family, because I had abandoned them because I was in this fight. But then there was a process that things were getting aligned, and I managed to live with my kids, with my husband, also with my family. So things got better. So from after all the problems I had, and then we get the fruits. In occasions, we get sometimes we get the negative consequences. In my life, my personal life, I neglected very much my body territory. I had a surgery, bladder surgery. I lost my bladder. I had many colon problem, digestive problem, stress. I have fatigue, but there's something that strengthens me very much. The opportunity to live with my family, with my kids, to have a home, to 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 have my husband. So that brings me well-being, the opportunity to be with you and see the opportunities that we have. So we're doing online, but it's not the same as being together. But I see opportunity here. Personally, I see this diploma as in my tree as a well-being opportunity, because we're sharing our knowledge and experiences. It makes me revalue myself and to take advantage of these opportunities that this diploma is providing, and keep strengthening ourselves and keep strengthening my body territory. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rocio. We invite the colleagues from Abiyala. We're going to finish today. We're going to finish the spirituality session. We're still working, but I want to thank each one of the groups for sharing your lives through this short presentation. From that, we're going to do an exercise, because we are all connected with that historical trauma. Some of them you got to profound, deep issues. Let's put our hands like this. All of us, let's put our hands like this. Let's pretend is a recipient, a bowl or something like that. Let's see on our palms, in our palms, and in our palms, we're going to see the trends of life. How's our hands? And also, as we see our hands, we see spiritual body and energetic body. Let's think what we have lived, and we bow towards all the traumas, historical traumas, racism, the physical violence, sexual violence, to the exclusion, to the economical exclusion, to discrimination, to the structural racism, to all those trauma that has dragged us, that has imposed us with the colonization and neo-colonization as women and original peoples. We bow down, seeing our traumas as just as we live them, and we say, I see you and I recognize you, and I bow before you. I go a little bit higher and see the trunk of the tree. I see the rage, all the rage all the rage, all the madness contained, all the pain accumulated, all the despair and the impotence, all the fear that frightened me and freezed me, and I recognize all of it, all that emotion that have trapped in us, in my colon, in my stomach, in my esophagus, in my bladder, in my womb, in the intestine, in the heart, in the head, in the ear, in the throat. And I tell you, and I say, I see you and I recognize you. Let's go a little bit higher to in the tree, and I see all the consequences, problems in the liver, in the kidneys, in the skin, illness in the womb, in the esophagus, in the intestine, in the liver, in the pancreas, in the throat, in the heart, for all the for all the accumulated stress, the headaches, the body ache, the distress of not wanting to leave, the fatigue and to be wanting to be sleeping because I don't want to leave. I bow down before you, illness of the body, the soul, and the spirit. And I deliver this to the sacred sun, to the energy of the stars, and I give it to the energy of the winds from the north. Here I deliver you the traumas. I give you this pain and
a flower, whatever you have, we take it on an object, we put it around our head, we rub it against our body, and we say to the cosmic energy, transform my pain, transform in my anger, my sorrow, in sweetness, in calm, in peace, that all these illnesses of my body, of my spirit, transform into life, that I can learn to love, that I can respect this body territory. The flower that you have, or your hands, all around your body, all your physical, your spiritual, your emotional body, we put all this energy. If you would have a little bit of water, you let it drop on you, giving thanks and allowing all of this that you've lived, allow me to grow. I do not stay stuck in the pain. I do not stay as a victim. I raise myself. I open my arms and I fly toward the sun. A flower can bloom if we clean the roots. A tree can fly if we allow it. The water you can drink it if you let it be cleansed. We can do this ourselves. We take the petals of our flower and we let it rain on you. May joy and tenderness and love flow in my life, that I may heal little by little, that I may heal my previous generations. I heal Mother Earth, the water, the air, and I hug everything I've lived. I hug all this trauma that I've lived, but I allow myself to be free. And I extend my arms, and you close and open. I am free. I make myself free. I am freed. And you move your arms like they were wings, and you're flying. You're flying to continue to transcend anything that weighs you down by loving and caring for this body territory. We open and close your hands and your eyes. If you close your eyes, open your eyes. You inhale. No, I'm sorry. Inhale when you close. Exhale when you open. Through your nose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, joy. Exhale, sadness. Inhale, tenderness. Exhale, anger. Inhale, health. Exhale, illness. Inhale, trust. Exhale, sadness, fear. And shake it all out. Shake it strong, strong. Up, up, up. To the sides, in the middle, underneath, up, in the middle, to the sides, and down. Put my face down the most I can, and then I bring it up. And we're gonna open our mics, and you're gonna say, I am here. Each one of you in your own language, I am here.
I am
I am present.
I am here.
And I am now.
And
I am
now.
here. I am here. Let's see. Beat your chest. I am present.
I am present. I am
And I am
present.
now.
And I am now.
I am here. I am present.
I am
I am
present.
now.
I am
And I
now.
love myself. I
I
honor
love
myself. I respect myself.
I honor
And I
myself.
make myself free. I
And I
love
make
myself. I honor myself. I respect myself.
I respect
And I make
myself.
myself free.
And I make myself
With
free.
love,
with
with
love,
tenderness, with gentleness in the morning, in the afternoon, at night, and in the morning, before dawn. Great. How do you feel? Who would like to share briefly? I feel freed. There are things that I couldn't say because of feeling embarrassed or any kind of situation, something that I was stuck with, but I feel free now. Anybody else? Natosim, I'm so sorry if I'm not pronouncing correctly your names. After doing the tree, doing the exercise, go ahead, whoever wants to share. Yes, we can hear you.
I feel rejuvenated. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you well.
I feel so good. I feel rejuvenated and I feel present.
Wonderful. Thank you. Who else? Grace, you had opened your mic.
Grace, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I feel lightened. I feel relief. I felt that all my worries and concerns has been taken to Creator, and I have nothing to fear. It has been taken into consideration, and I will feel I'm better. That's how I felt. The exercise is really encouraging. It gives me hope for the future. Thank you, and over.
Thank you very much to you, Martha Susana. I feel good. I feel strengthened. I feel with no fear. I'm alive, and I know I can enjoy life every day. Thank you, Martha. Nagumi?
Yes, I feel relief, better, and like resilience. Yeah, thank you. It's good.
Thank you. Habiba?
Okay, thank you for the exercise. What I feel is, first of all, gratitude, having this opportunity to have all these emotions and experience all this. So thanks a lot.
Wonderful. Anybody else who would want to share or express yourself after doing your tree and then this exercise? How does it feel? Anybody else?
Yeah, I feel
Go ahead.
I feel a lot braver now. And I feel more prepared to allow more joy into my life.
Thank you. Wonderful. That's really good. Okay, if there's nobody else, I'm going to reinforce this very briefly. These presentations, you have them in the platform in Moodle. And so I'm just gonna cover a few points. Here we go. Let's look at the presentation. Can you see it? Can you see it?
Yep.
Yes. Okay, so from what we have just felt, I'd like to say that the healing and self-care don't go through thinking. They grow through feeling and feeling thinking. What are the causes that have made and the consequences of these oppressions that are internalized in our body territory as women and as original peoples? The first one of the causes is colonization. That colonization that was violent, aggressive, that reached the three regions, Africa, Asia, and Abiyala. This colonization brought slavery, invasion, historical and ongoing invasions, colonization and neo-colonization by Europeans, United States, Russia, and other powers that are arriving into our lands that invade, that continue expropriating, and taking the life of the people, the territories, destroying the identities of the people, trying to homogenize and forget our story, denying our own science, or imposing a universal science based in the culture of the North. This is one of the roots that generates what we are living: racism, exploitation, exclusion, structural violence that is even allowed in our territories by legal powers of the state. This violence that breaches our body territory, emotional, physical, spiritual, and energetic, of the women of the original peoples, the earth, and the goods, the obligatory migration. Most people don't migrate because they want to. It's mostly because of violence, poverty, not because we're poor. They've made us poor because they make us migrate from organized crime, from from colonization of the territories, lack of work and life opportunities. Another one is the imposition of the languages of West evangelization as a way to impose. We were imposed languages that we had to speak moving out, denying our original languages, a single religion, denying our spirituality and our cosmovision that is not one, it's diverse, it's multiple, it has evolved. We are imposed a economic, political, cultural system that keeps us in these states, in these circumstances, of poverty, of insecurity, food insecurity, and this is through dispossession, and this is through militarization. All our territories have been militarized one way or another. These impositions have not come in peace. They've come with violence, with the continual taking of the dispossession of the minerals, of the land, of the trees. We were asking ourselves the heritage of our codices, of our books or ancient books are in the museums. They're not, it's not in our territories because we're living through poverty. We sustain the wealth of the world, of the powers. The leather-bound codices, they take our richness, they tell us we're ignorant, we're poor, that we can't do it. They make us believe that using our clothing and talking our language is backwards. They tell us that bowing and thanking the sacred water and putting flowers to it is backward, it's witchery. They've tried to take this away with violence, our own ways. Today, we are making us poor with extractivist mega projects, with organized crime and drugs, with sexual exploitation, with slavery, the structural violence of gender, the ecocides are hurting our bodies, of women, of the territories, of the Mother Earth. What has this generated? Unbalance in the climate, a devastating impact in the natural phenomena, without having any plans for to be prepared. We're not going to talk about climate change. It's disbalance, and not because of us. We've been defending life, the ones we've been caring for life, because we are based in the culture of life. Our cosmovision is based on the culture of life, while the oppressive system of domination, capitalism, is based in the culture of death, in the power of having and concentrating wealth and power. And as women from the original peoples, we move in a different way, and Mother Earth as well. And this is why there's a disbalance in the climate, and this is how we live our oppression as well. But we're not staying there. This is another element. Another element. Why is it important to recognize this perspective, these violences? Because we cannot heal. We cannot self-care if we don't recognize this. If I just say I'm fine, I have heart problems, and that's because of heritage. Yeah, but this is a historic heritage, a political heritage that it has been imposed, not because my grandmother didn't take care of herself. What happened in our original peoples, in the case of Guatemala, for example? Why were kids and the Maya women were malnourished? Because of they were made slaves. They had to feed the babies of the colonizers, of the Spaniards, of the Westerners. They were growing healthy and strong by being breastfed by the indigenous women the children of the invaders.
When they went home, their kids were neglected in the feeding, because they didn't breastfeeded, because they had to leave them and go take care and feed them, the sons of the invasions. And that's the things that we do not need to carry on today. That's why we have to see from the intersectionality, from what we say as Mayan women, from the Kabawil, from the multiple views, the double and multiple views, and the feeling of the men and women of the people. Recognize and understand that what we're living today, the rage that we have today, is because they took away from us. We have depression, etc. It's not by chance. It's not a punishment from God. It's a result. Is a result from our historical process, that it came from the oppression of our peoples and our women. So it has different explanation. It even impacts in our daily living, and it impacted in the lives of our grandparents, our elders, mothers and grandfather and grandmother. It impacted in their life and in our lives. So do you want to carry on this kind of oppression, or we want to heal? Do we want to be researchers that vibrate with the life, with the energy, water, energy, sun, and air? Researchers that we are carrying on history. We need to emancipate. We need to free. We need to become determined. But we are heavy laden. But so the commitment as researchers is, I can't give what I don't have. You can ask to a tree. You can ask to a pineapple to give you a peach. You can ask to a papaya tree to give you beans. You're going to harvest what you have sown or planted. We need to heal. That's why the self-caring and healing is important. We need to recognize that there are internal oppression, there are imbalance, injustice, and impoverishment in the original peoples within men and women. From the colonization, it's imposed, and racism. Racism is a way of oppression that that lets the taking away of our goods. So they say the original people, they are savages. They don't feel, they don't think, they are not developed. They live in the ignorance. They tack to the fire. That's evil. That's sorcery. That's not true. They adorn the water, the death. That's our worldview. But that racism, institutional and structural racism, it has generated injustice. In the name of that racism, there are imposed mega projects, and the people are impoverished. The territories and of the people are suffer violence to the generations, and there are also a capitalist imposition. There we see a class separation. Those that have, they dominate, and they get rich from us. So they give us our work, but they don't give a good salary, invading territories, because they exploit us economically. Yeah, capitalist system is based on a culture of death and exploitation. A patriarchal system that promotes the domination and imbalance within men and women, where the woman must bow down to the will of the patriarchal system, because they have established that way. That's the oppression system, and it lets this economical system to go on. The women, we sustain the economy of the world, but they don't recognize that. The statistics, they don't recognize. The original people, they sustain. We sustain. We are the one that sustain life of the world. Where there are original peoples, there are water, forest, natural goods. We take care of that. In that patriarchal system, they don't recognize us, and they generate domination and imbalance, and they see it natural. They say, woman, you must stay home. If you're indigenous woman, you don't study. If you're indigenous woman, come to work in the fields and you will be paid less than what you need to receive. If you're migrant, you don't have papers, so it's okay to be exploited. So you are in a slavery, and we need and it's dominated and controlled. That's the system that we're carrying on, in that unbalanced generational imbalance. And this system has just taught us your elders are not okay. They are disposable. They can't hear. They are not coherent. They are wise. Let's them let's let's make them to talk. Let's hear them. The kids are not old. They don't need to talk. We take away their rights. The youth, they know because they have technology. The elders, they adult-centeredness. That system has generated this kind of issues. But we need to promote intergenerational relation. All of them, they have the sacred balance, life and territory, the body of elders, the body of the kids, the body of the youth, the body of the adults. But this, we need to recognize that we have it. And this has impacted, this oppressor impacted and has internalized in our feelings, in our being, in our feeling and our relation as indigenous women. This oppressor system has impacted in our spirit, in our energies, in our mind, generating false beliefs that I can't, that I am a woman, I'm indigenous, I'm not worth it, I'm not able, I am afraid, because that is what is internalized to us. I'm poor, I don't have money, I don't have a penny. But you have your land, you have your water, you have your forest, you have your animals. But this system tells us the one that is worth is that the one that has money and that dominates. In our peoples, it's not about money, it's about life. They have given us false beliefs. They have internalized oppression in us, in our body. Because I'm short, because I'm fat, because my hair is white. So we are not taken as we are. So in total neglect we have, and it is internalized in our emotions. And you have said it, you have expressed it: rage, madness, sadness, in the frightness, in the fear. We need to live it, but we don't. You need not to let it be in our lives forever. We need to overcome it, and that internal oppression is reproduced in the relation with me, with the animal, with my partner, with my mother-in-law, with the organization, with my partners. So I carry out this energetic, emotional, physical of that historical oppression. That's why heal and take care of yourself is fundamental, because we have historical and structural traumas that we are carrying on from generation to generation that generates emotional like despair, madness, impotence, anguish, that generates imbalance in our physical body, emotional body, and mental and energetic body. And that does not let us advocate for life. If you have this kind of imbalance, you will not be able to advocate for life, not for yourself, not even for the people or Mother Earth, or you can't raise your voice because you have pain. That's why the importance of self-care. So because that way I communicate life, and I transcend that oppression. I recognize them, but I transcend them, and there are pathways to the self-care of our body, territory of our people. And there I would like to, we're going to present the next exercise, which are those. We have asked you a group or a guide. some question. What is the self-care for me? What experience and exists in my people, in my village? How do I care myself and take care of my pain, spiritually, emotional, and what elements of nature helps me to self-care myself and to heal myself? So I'm asking Liliana, or you can.
We're starting with Asia to be able to listen. We do this because we want to recognize. What was that? Should I project? While Liliana's ask you, we must recognize the oppressions we have, but we must also realize that we didn't stay with these oppressions. There's systems of self-healing and self-care. If not, we wouldn't be here. Our elders, our grandmothers had ways to care for hurt, for fear, there was ways to cure the water, to cure the seeds, an animal that gets sick. So we have self-care systems. Let's share. Who's going to share Asia?
Me again.
Yo.
So Sister Priscilla has said, for question 1, what does self-care mean to you? To me, self-care is the ability to take care of physical, mental, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual well-being in cohesion and interconnection with nature and environment without the expense of the latter. Question 2, what experiences and traditional forms of self-care and healing exist with the community and people? Answer: 1. Physical self-care, cultivation, activities, and traditional games keep people healthy and keep at bay their lifestyle diseases. 2. Beauty care, using rice water, slippery barks, and leaves as shampoo. 3. Spiritual care, meditation, contemplation, and prayer gives us spiritual soothing. And for healing, hot water bath, medicinal leaves, and massage methods are applied. Question 3. How do you care for and attend to the pains and oppressions that impact your body territory? Answer: pains in wound are treated by plants and legumes that have antibiotic properties. There are lots of traditional practices that treat our body pains that are obscure to outside communities, especially that medical science cannot comprehend. Example, during childbirth, the traditional practice of midwifery is very effective, and the wounds are treated traditionally and are still found to be good. Question 4. What elements of nature and spirituality help you care for and heal yourself? Beauty of nature is the best healing to release anxiety and mental stress, and fire is also important for treatment of certain ailments. And that is from Sister Priscilla. And if we go to slide number 2. Slide number 2, from the top, we have Sister Martha. Her answers for 1. Slide 2, yes. Self-care for me is a way to love and appreciate myself. 2. Taking a steam bath. Here all the spices, clove leaves, red lemongrass, eucalyptus oil leaves are boiled until boiling, and then we will be wrapped in a circle with a mat made of woven sago leaves. And then we will sit in the middle of the circle with a pot filled with the spices and covered in such a way that we will sweat and feel very fresh after that. And her answer for 3 is by continuously motivating yourself, resisting by improving yourself. In this case, increases your capacity praying. 4, air, water, and earth are very influential in self-care and healing, talking openly with elders to get spiritual guidance. And slide number 6. Is it 6 there? It might be 5 for you. No? Just under. No, it may be slide 7 for you. Yes. Megumi, her answer for question 1, I would like to let myself rest, to be kind to myself, and to give myself time to relax. 2, acupuncture, aromatherapy, massage, hot springs, and watching the ocean. 3, when I get tired, I often experience lower back pain, neck pain, or headaches. At those times, I go to acupuncture or take a very hot bath to rest both my body and mind. And 4, the fresh air, natural environment, and the scent of trees bring peace and comfort to my mind and body. And then I will read mine. My answer to question 1 was, to me, self-care means intentionally creating space to nurture my physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. It's about listening to my body and mind, setting boundaries, and practicing habits that allow me to feel balanced, grounded, and whole. It's both a form of survival and resistance and an act of reclaiming time and energy in a world that often demands constant productivity. 2, in my community, self-care and healing are deeply rooted in connection and shared practices. Herbal medicine is a big part of how we take care of ourselves, remedies passed down through generations using plants and natural ingredients. Massage is also common, used to release tension and restore balance. Sharing food is a powerful form of care. Gathering around meals brings comfort and strength to our bonds. We also talk, dance, and gather as a way to heal emotionally and spiritually. These collective experiences remind us that we're not alone and that healing can be joyful and communal. 3, I care for my body through mindfulness, creating art, writing poetry, dancing, and spending time in nature. These practices help me reconnect with myself and create space for healing. My pain has shaped who I am today, so I tend to it by staying present, looking ahead, and allowing myself to feel joy, love, and hope. I choose not to ignore my pain, but to honor it as part of my story, and in doing so, I find strength and clarity. And 4, the sun is the element that heals me most. It lifts my spirit and brings warmth to my body and mind. Bathing, swimming, and simply being near water help me feel cleansed and grounded. I often seek answers and comfort in nature, turning to natural remedies rather than pharmaceuticals wherever I can. I love being surrounded by flowers, plants, fruit, and fruit trees. They remind me of life cycles and the beauty of growth. Spiritually, I connect by speaking with my ancestors, what some might call prayer. I ask for guidance, for signs, for strength. I burn tobacco, which is my traditional plant, and sometimes sage, which is more accessible to me here. These practices help me to stay connected to who I am and where I come from. And now I'll read Sister Ronnie's slide. To me, self-care is all about taking care of myself, which includes my body, mind, and spirit. It's about rest, saying no when I need to, and doing things that make me feel safe and alive. It can be my skincare or maintaining my mental sanity. meditation, oral storytelling, prayer, cooking and sharing meals, offering food are traditional forms of self-care and healing within her community. How do you care for and attend to pain and depression that impacts your body territory? By breathing, stretching, resting, praying, and maintaining spiritual and traditional healing practices like offering food, water, or sometimes flowers and candles. The sun motivates me that every day is a new beginning. Trees and roots remind me I must be both grounded and growing. Water teaches me softness is strength. It flows, it cleanses, it persists. The moon helps me honor cycles, darkness, shedding, renewal. Fire symbolizes transformation and the ability to release, and spirituality, whether in prayer, meditation, or ritual, offers connection to ancestors, to the divine, and to the part of me untouched by trauma. And that's it for Asia. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Asia. With this presentation, they are sharing with us all this knowledge, this ancestral knowledge that is alive and present, that in Asia and the peoples of Asia are using to heal the body territory of the women, of the men, of the generations, of the peoples. I think it's the wisdom that is not dead. It's these ways of self-healing and self-care are alive, and they're ever so more important. There's been people that have made these ways commercial, but this is another challenge. How to defend, how do we keep, how do we give life to these systems? Africa, do you have a presentation? Only one question, but the rest is in a text. To care for... The sound is not very good. I'm going to share what they shared with us. If we can see here, healing and self-care is fundamental. With this exercise we've done in this whole process, it can be useful as well as part of your methodology of research. The body applied to the topic, maybe the tree, to identify the problem that you want to work with, the causes and the consequences, and then bring back these ways to work in these research projects. So this is all for our research as well and for our life. We are Liliana sharing. And self-care and healing is a right and is a responsibility. That the elders told us, someone was scared, they didn't leave them crying, the grandmother, the mother. They would heal us at home, or they would take us to a healer. They wouldn't take us to the doctor, to the clinics. They would take us with the wise men and women. They would take us to the water. They would put some flowers above on our head and let them go in the river. A series of knowledge and practices that we have. We allow Africa to present. Who's next? Habiba, welcome.
Okay, I'll be presenting for Africa.
Muy bien.
Okay, we start with Natusim. What does self-care mean to you? She says, to me, self-care means honoring my body as sacred, listening to my spirit with softness, resting when I'm very weary, rising when I feel ready, carrying my ancestor strength in my breath, letting nature and Enkai guide my steps. I care for myself because I am worthy of peace. Can you please move up to the next question?
I'm trying. Something's happening here. Let me see how I can move it up. It's not, I'm in a different document. I'm sorry. Here we go. Let's see.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Next question. What experience and traditional forms of self-care and healing exist within your community and people? Her response. As a member of the Maasai community in Tanzania, I am part of a rich cultural heritage where self-care and healing are deeply woven into everyday life, guided by tradition, spirituality, and nature. Here are some experiences and traditional forms of self-care and healing that exist within my community. 1. Healing through the Laibon. The Laibon is a spiritual leader and healer who provides divination using stones, goods, or animal bones, prayers and blessings to Enkai for protection or healing, spiritual cleansing, ceremonies to remove bad omens or illness, herbal medicine. Women and elders know and use local medicine plants such as Olocida for fevers or infections, Olkinye for wound healing or childbed recovery, herbal stems and teas used for detoxing, boosting immunity, or calming the spirit. Opal retreats, healing camps. Men and sometimes women go on opal spirit retreats in the wild where they eat special meat-based diets cooked with medical herbs, rest, reflect, and escape daily stress, share traditional stories and healing songs. Song, dance, and community support. Songs are not only for celebration, they are for healing, grief, preparing for bed, or strengthening courage. Dancing is a form of emotional release and spiritual alignment. Sisterhood and women's cycle offer emotional support during pregnancy, marriage, or loss. Sacred rituals and ceremonies. Naming ceremonies, initiation rites, blessing rituals help people feel spiritually. Can you please move up the text a bit? Naming ceremonies, initiation rites, blessing rituals help people feel spiritually connected and guided. These rituals provide clarity, identity, and sense of belonging, essential to emotional health, connection to nature, being close to animals, grazing lands, sacred hills and trees, give peace and spiritual grounding. Nature is seen as a gift from Enkai, and spending time in it is a form of spiritual self-care. How do you care for you and attend to the pains and oppressions that impact your community and people? I begin by remembering. Remember who we are. Speak the names of those who came before us. honor our language, our land, our stories. This remembrance itself, healing its roots. Listen to the pain. Sit with the stories of women, elders, youth. Do not silence our grief. I hold space for it. Ask what has been lost, what still aches, what needs a voice. Use culture as medicine. Our rituals, songs, and ceremonies are not just traditions, they are medicines. Turn to the drum, the dance, the fire, the herbs, the prayer. Bring people back to the wisdom that has always sustained us.
Can you see it? Yes? Okay.
Okay. What elements of nature and spirituality
Elementos
help you care for and heal yourself? First, she has morning grounding rituals, including the earth and the sun. Step outside barefoot, feel the soil under my feet, face the sun, close my eyes, and say a short prayer to Enkai for strength, peace. Breathe deeply for 3 to 5 minutes. Why? Grounds my spirit, centers my mind, and gives gratitude for life. Midday herbal support made of plants and water. Make a milled herbal tea from trusted traditional herbs like Olkinye Osoko, lemongrass. Sip slowly, reflecting on the thing that thankful for. Why? It nourishes my body and brings emotional balance. 3, we have sacred rest, shade, and silence. Find a quiet place under a tree or in your home. Sit or lie down with no phone or talking, just silence. Reflect. Listen to my heartbeat or say internal prayers. Why? Resets my nervous system and open space for emotional healing. Evening smoke cleansing or candle ritual. Light a small bundle of dried herbs or a natural candle. Let the smoke or flame cleanse the space. Pray or speak my worries aloud, then release them. Why? Symbolically removes heaviness and invites clarity. Weekly water cleansing ritual. I take a herbal bath or foot soak with warm water and crushed healing leaves. This time to wash away emotional, physical tiredness. Say, may this water carry away all that burdens me. Why? Purifies, refreshes and heals both body and spirit. Monthly full moon reflection. On the full moon, sit outside or by a window. Write or speak what I am letting go of and what I want to grow in my life. Offer a small symbolic gift to nature, like milk, flowers, or bread or beads. Why? Aligns my healing with nature circles, especially feminine energy. Sisterhood or elder connection. Spend time with a trusted woman, mother, sister, friend, elder. Share stories, laugh, cry, or do beadwork together. Why? Emotional support, collective wisdom, and sacred medicine. Next presentation, please. Oh, we have pictures. The first is community receiving blessings from elders in honor of ancestral traditions and spiritual beliefs and the divine Enkai.
We're going to stop this presentation, and then I'm going to ask for a summary to Africa.
I don't know, Priscilla, I think it was your presentation I was doing. Do you have a summary?
I think we have already presented. We don't need to repeat. We were in the photo. If you're still presenting, if the photo is in the for the presentation, I believe. So yeah, this is the photographs are the summary of everything here. Also Africa. Yeah, maybe because the time, because we've been explaining. Let's do some emphasis to the photos. Is it possible? I apologize for the time. Yes, we can. Let me see. And this is what we had. We also are thankful for the summary that I have given, and thank you for. And we need to see details of the photos. So we're hearing Habiba.
Okay, can I have the text, please?
Hello, sisters. I don't know if I can be heard. Hello, sisters.
Yes, we can
Hello.
hear you. Yes, we can hear you. Very good.
Please, the summarized version of self-care for Africa was uploaded on the link on the platform where we're supposed to share it. Please, if that can be projected, it will be better. It has each country's contribution to self-care. I uploaded it on a link. Yes, I've been putting it on the chat.
Yes, it's this one. Yes, it's this one.
Okay, I think this is from Grace. Do I go ahead, please?
Please, go ahead.
Grace says, self-care to me is a deliberate and conscious act of conserving and preserving my physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being, especially in a world that often devalues my existence. It's not indulgence, it's resistance to personally. Self-care means listening to my body and spirit, setting boundaries, finding rest without guilt, and creating space to reconnect with joy, breath, and purpose. What experience and traditional forms of self-care and healing exist within your community and people? Her response, within my community, healing has always been collective. We gather in storytelling circles, sing ancestral songs, share meals, seasoned not just with spices, but with wisdom, traditional herbal medicine, spiritual cleansings, the council of elders, and music have always been sources of healing for me. These practices teach that wellness is communal and intergenerational, not individualist. How do you care for and attend to the pains and oppressions that impact your body territory? I start by naming them, acknowledging the pain of poverty, exclusion, or systematic injustice is a first act of defense or defiance. I practice emotional embodiment through movement, spiritual music, dance, rest, or stillness to reclaim myself, to grieve without shame. Most of all, an air filled with spiritual music calms the nerve. Okay, what elements of nature and spirituality help you care for and heal yourself? Water suits me. Its movements remind me that nothing stays stuck forever. Trees ground me. Their deep roots teach resilience. The sun's warmth reminds me of my worth. Spiritual prayer and ancestral connection guide me. I believe my ancestors walk with me, whispering strength into my weariness. Rituals, quiet meditation, and acts of gratitude keep me aligned with something greater than pain. Next slide, please. Okay. To my community, self-care means honoring our body as sacred, listening to our spirit with softness, resting when we are weary, healing with herbs, songs, and sun, carrying our ancestral strength in our breath, letting inside and guide our steps, care for ourselves because we are at peace. I don't know, the slide is, there is part of it that is missing. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much to Habiba. We're finishing with the presentation. Are you finishing your presentation or are you going to continue? Are we done?
Well, I don't know, I can finish. Okay, what experience?
Okay, perfect. We are thankful for your work. Africa has given us, and Africa, Asia, and Abiyaala. Africa and Asia have given us a good presentation. I don't know if Abiyaala has a presentation. We got 7 minutes. If we don't have presentation from Abiyaala, we can close this session with a brief explanation because you have already shared. It shows us that the process of self-care and healing is alive in us. We have to be clear about that. We have system of knowledge, our own systems of knowledge and self-care. It is ancestral and it's vinculated, it's linked to the four elements: water, earth, water, and air. And it's a collective construction. And it's a heritage that we have received from generation to generation. We have the great responsibility to give life, to take it into our life, to learn and to share them with the generations to come. Let's listen to Abiyaala, who's going to present, who's going to give the with other things that surrounds us, like traditional medicine. I think traditional medicine is all over the world. We are rich here in all the plants. Even there are a lot of people that they call it peppermint, but that's a traditional medicine for us. So this is my presentation. What experiences and ways of self-care and healing have you practiced in your the midwife, the putting back the bones, the traditional medicine for the pain, stomach pain, for frightening medicines, also to take away the negative energy. Also, when you have stomach problems and stomach ache, allergies, and there's also something called temazcal. Those are some. How do you take care of your pain and oppression that impacted in your territory and your body? The traditional medicine, in many occasions, we go to the hills and to walk, to free our minds. That's a way of healing ourselves. What elements of nature and spirituality helps you to self-care and heal yourself? All the elements are present. For example, in the traditional medicine is the earth and the water. Through them, we get all the different medicines that we can receive. We also use the saumador, which is, for example, when traditional medicine is dried up, maybe we believe something, we have bad energy. We burn the leaves and then we use the smoke. Thank you very much. Thank you, Rocio. And thank you to the 3 groups from different regions for sharing with us. And this all this knowledge, I believe if we hear if we hear with our soul, we're going to give life to this explanation. And we see that we have similar things as peoples. So I want to briefly, because we only have 4 minutes, to continue with this presentation. You can see it for us as women and original people. The healing is recognize the healing energies that is within each one of us. The healing energy of nature and cosmos that allows us wither, but then sprout again, bloom and grow. It is reconnects with ourselves, with the cosmos, and with Mother Nature. And to say that healing is a personal and collective process and a journey. It can't be individual. It's personal. It's a collective. It implies that we're not alone. We need from the other, from the mother, grandmother, from the healer, from the family, from the water, from the wind. Healing is a heartfelt decision, a feeling thing, a cosmo feeling, personally felt in harmony with the cosmos. Healing is a collective political action. That is, I take the decision to walk free, to construct that it's a liberating action and emancipatory action. And also loving, because we do it with love and respectfulness to heal ourselves, to heal myself and the future generation. Here is key, the knowledge and the service of the healers of our people, of our original peoples. They are feeling, they are observing the circumstances, physical, mental, environmental, cosmogonic, that generates the imbalance. They watch the story. The healer, they don't give recipe. They help the person, the people, the community to Mother Nature, to wake up their own strength, from that strength to live. Throughout history, us indigenous women, we have maintained alive. You have given us a system of knowledge in healing that we live in our region. We have been peoples that we are alive and on our ground, on ground with dignity, with resilience. Thank you to the knowledge that emanates from our worldview and from our spirituality. Thank you very much to loving hearing to Mother Earth, wind, to the elders, to the kids, even though with their small hands, with a kiss, they give us energy. To the rabbit, to the dog, to the animals, to the birds, to the plants, to the seeds, the forest, the trees, everything heals us. We need to heal ourselves as well, take care of us. What are the pathways to heal, to interweave, or to fabric in our territory, to heal, to cleanse, to restore? Remembering that our territory is a fabric, is a web of life. There are pathways to heal the emotions, the mind, to heal and liberate our body, the energy and the spirit, the self-recognition, connect with the cosmovision, think, let go of the pain, celebrate life, the empowerment, the physical health, key in the self-care and the healing, connection with ourselves, connection with the nature, with cosmos, with nature, with the ancestral knowledge of a people, with the mutual taking care and the community care. The healing is collective and personal. The reencounter of the body authority as whole, the empowerment and leadership, physical, emotional, collective care, cultural care, empowerment. All of this concept is going to help us to improve our physical and emotional health. It's going to strengthen our identity. It's going to give us the capacity to face the challenges, not with violence, the oppression. It's going to give us autonomy, participation. It's going to allow us to take decisions, generate balance, and harmonize with ourselves. We thank you. We need to thank ourselves with our past, with the present, and with the future. We need to harmonize with everything that surrounds us. The challenges, how to build in this system that is based in a culture of death, that based in a culture of oppression. The self-care, it should be understood as a human rights, as a social justice, and it should be adapted to the needs and cultural context of the woman and the people to recover the value of the web of life. The self-care means harmony and balance, the confrontation and the fight for power. So I'm finishing here because I want to finish with last exercise. We have already passed 2 minutes. I only want to tell you that our people who take care with the flowers and also with the smokes. I thank you for this session, this 3 session. I'll blow this. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear. I'm blowing this whistle. Let the energy of the flower, water, the smoke, the fire, and the music fill you up, and that your research would nourish, and that will help the people's happy good night, happy morning, happy afternoon. I hope this could help you with your research that you're doing. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Teacher Lorena. It has been a great learning. I hope it is useful for the process of our research in the diploma. So we are closing this session. We'll see you again on Friday. Thank you very much. Okay, happy day. Take care of yourself. Okay, a hug. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, teacher. Thank you, everyone.
Gracias.